If history is the ultimate guide to workplace survival, then Feng Dao is absolutely the cover star. He's known as the most legendary political phoenix in Chinese history, a true master of the professional game. He lived during the chaotic 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period, an era where dynasties changed faster than you could flip a book, and emperors came and went like a revolving door. For officials, life was incredibly precarious. One wrong move could literally cost you your head. Yet, Feng Dao miraculously navigated through 5 successive dynasties. The later Liang, later Tang, later Jin, later Han, and later Zhou. He served 10 different emperors, not only emerging unscathed, but also reaching the position of chancellor 4 times. He eventually died of natural causes in his 70s. In the turbulent world of imperial politics, this was an unbelievable survival miracle, and his story remains a classic case study for professionals today. Feng Dao's survival guide could fill a thick textbook, but its core essence lies in his philosophy of a wise man adapts to the times. First, he practiced extreme, low-key pragmatism. His motto was, just do good deeds, and don't worry about the future. He focused on doing the job at hand to the best of his ability, never indulging in unrealistic fantasies or speculative career moves. Second, he had an iron rule. Never pick a side. In an age of brutal political struggles, choosing the wrong faction meant certain doom. Feng Dao's strategy was simple. Whoever becomes the emperor, I will be loyal to them. He dedicated his professional skills to the current ruler, maximizing his role as a public servant. But Feng Dao wasn't just a bureaucrat skilled at self-preservation. He understood the importance of putting the people first. In a time of chaos, he used his position to protect the common folk and preserve culture whenever possible. One of his most significant achievements was initiating and overseeing the woodblock printing of the Nine Confucian Classics. This massive project took over 20 years to complete. It not only left a priceless cultural heritage for future generations, but also made knowledge more accessible, contributing immensely to the development of Chinese civilization. In his later years, he gave himself the title Old Man of Eternal Joy, reflecting a detached, wise, and harmonious attitude towards life. This flexibility and open-mindedness allowed him to find his footing in any political storm. In his final years, Feng Dao personally wrote an autobiography, a unique work where he candidly recorded his experiences serving 5 dynasties and 10 empires. He showed no shame about what later generations might call betrayal, demonstrating a strong inner self and an unapologetic acceptance of his own choices. You could say he took the Confucian ideal of cultivate oneself in poverty and benefit the world when successful to a whole new level. When the world was in chaos, he first chose to preserve himself as a useful asset to ensure his survival. Once he was in a high position with power, he immediately began to implement policies that benefited the country and its people, fulfilling his ambition to help the world. He knew very well that only by staying alive could he do more meaningful things. However, historical evaluations of Feng Dao are extremely polarized. Critics, represented by the Northern Song historian Liang, condemned him in their writings, calling him shameless. They argued that, he lacked the integrity of loyalty to one ruler and jumped between dynasties, making him an anti-model of Confucian ethics. On the other hand, many supporters have defended him. They argue that in a chaotic era where people were displaced and culture was on the brink of extinction, Feng Dao's disloyalty was actually a form of great wisdom. He single-handedly acted as a stabilizer in a volatile political landscape, saving countless lives and preserving the flame of culture. His contributions, they argue, far outweighed his faults. Feng Dao's story offers profound lessons for us in today's complex professional world. It shows us that in rapidly changing situations, flexibility and adaptability are sometimes more effective than rigid confrontation. Solid professional skills and problem-solving abilities earn more respect and create more room for survival than empty declarations of loyalty. Most importantly, it teaches us to preserve our strength first to stay in the game so that we can find opportunities to make a greater impact in the future. Of course, how to find that delicate balance between moral integrity and practical flexibility remains a timeless question that each of us must continue to ponder. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.